He died just before midnight.
Thank you for letting me see him,
He
Mom.
looks at peace, don't you think?
Yes.
He would sit up all day yesterday. The doctors could not persuade him to go to bed. He insisted on sitting in his chair, fully dressed, almost until the end.
He had such energy, Mom.
I am sorry, my dear.
Energy, Mom.
The funeral is not to be for a week or two. I want him here with me for a little while.
Of course.
Oh, my dear, he wanted you to have Caesar, his fox terrier. I will send him to you just as soon as things are settled. Bertie thought that he would be happy at Regal Lodge.
I don't know what to say, Mom.
He's quite an old dog, I am afraid, but you will look after him, I know.
I shall be glad to, Mom.
Thank you. Goodbye, Mrs. Langtry. Oh, no, it is Lady de Bath now, is it not? Goodbye, Lily.
Goodbye, Mom.
No tears now.
Another beautiful day.
Yes.
It's out of place, all this fine weather.
Yes.
Sun shone throughout the funeral procession, not a cloud in the sky.
So I'm told.
You didn't see it?
No. No, I was out of town. I suppose Lily went?
We saw the gun carriage pass. Very impressive.
How is she taking it?
Not very well, I'm afraid. I brought her up here to get away from London so she won't be bothered by people from the newspapers.
Of course.
Good of you to come up, Hugo. I know she'll appreciate it.
I wanted to come. Is she lying down?
No. She and Louis have gone out for a walk. They'll be back presently.
Louis?
Lieutenant Dalbani, his father's a solicitor here, looks after Lily's affairs. I thought you'd met him.
No.
He's with the militia. He's been a great comfort to her.
I see. I don't see as much of her as I'd like, you know. She's away a lot in America.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, well, I don't suppose she'll be doing much acting for a little while, so perhaps there'll be an opportunity.
I hope so.
Ah, Lily.
Shuggy! What a surprise. How long have you been here?
Oh, not long. I caught the morning train.
And are you well? You're looking well.
I am pretty fit, thank you.
Oh, Shuggy, this is Louis Dalbani. Louis, my husband, Sir Hugo de Bath.
How do you do, sir?
How do you do? I came down to see how you were, my dear. I realize this must be a trying time for you.
Thank you, Shuggy. It hasn't been easy. He was a very dear friend to me. Yes, Robert.
A car has arrived from London, if you please, milady.
London.
With the dog, milady.
Caesar.
Yes, milady.
Oh, no. Oh, dear. Well, bring him in, Robert. Bring him in at once. It's Caesar, Bertie's little dog. He walked in the funeral procession behind the coffin. Oh, dear, I mustn't cry. Louis, let me your handkerchief. Oh, Caesar. Oh, darling Caesar. Oh, my darling. Oh, and you still have his medallion. I am Caesar. I belong to the king.
My dear, what would you like?
I'm not really hungry. Perhaps a little patty. In the duck, I think. Oh, I see they have strawberries. Must leave room for strawberries. What about you?
Oh, I think I'll just have the cold meat, huh? Now, what have you been doing with yourself? Haven't seen you for weeks.
No, I went down to Newmarket after the funeral. I wanted to get away.
Yes, of course.
But now I'm feeling better, Sydney, and I want to work.
Yes, I got your letter. Look, what is all this about a dog?
Yes, I want you to write me something with a dog in it. Now, you know I have Bertie's fox terrier, Caesar. Think of the publicity if I were to appear in America with a king's dog. It would fill the theatres, I'm sure of it. It needn't be elaborate. Something simple and touching.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, Sidney, you will do it for me, please.
Well, I will try, of course, but I can't promise. I don't think I've ever had to write a part for a dog.
Oh, here's Hugo. Hello, Hugo.
Good heavens, Lily, I had no idea you were in London.
I came up yesterday. Sidney is writing a little piece for me.
So Hugo?
Oh, jolly good.
Well, don't let me keep you from your lunch.
My dear.
Poor Hugo. Now tell me, have you seen Jeanne lately?
Yes, I had dinner at Bryanston Square last week.
How are my grandchildren?
But they're all well. They're off to Scotland any day now.
Yes, they always go at this time of the year. I've never been to Poltalloch, you know.
No.
I wish I could see them. Just once. Oh, Julie. Oh, just a little something for me.
Finished packing?
Nearly. Well, sometimes I wish we didn't have to go up to Scotland every year. It's such an upheaval.
You'd hate to spend the summer in London.
Would I?
And it's good for the children.
Yes. Now, where on earth did I put Nanny's sewing basket?
I see your mother's off to America again. Another tour.
Well, she's too old now. It's embarrassing at her age.
Ellen Terry must be older.
Yes, but she's a great actress. That's different.
Perhaps she wants to get out of England. All this talk of war.
Oh, she's never lacked courage. If there is a war, she'll come back, if only to entertain the troops. Ah, here it is. Is Hugo going with her?
Apparently not. It says here, Sir Hugo de Bath will remain in the country to look after his business interests.
Since when has Hugo had business interests?
Well, at all events, he is not going with her. Pretty rum sort of marriage, if you ask me.
Oh, well, they get on well enough, though. I don't think she sees very much of him these days. Hadn't you better get changed? Dinner's in half an hour.
She's taking the old king's dog with her.
I'm sorry, Sidney, particularly after all your hard work, but there was nothing we could do.
Was he ill?
No, it was just old age and missing his master.
Poor Caesar.
We buried him in the garden, and I'm having a stone made for his grave. Of course, I was very upset. But then I thought of you working away on that sketch, and now it's all been in vain.
You could, I suppose, take another dog?
Oh, no, it wouldn't be the same at all. Besides, we needed Caesar for the publicity.
You're still planning to go?
Of course, why not?
All this talk of war before the end of the year, Lily, is it safe?
I dare say it won't happen, and if it does, well, I'll come back. Frohman's asked me to do a picture.
In New York?
Yes, I can't make up my mind whether I will or not.
Well, is it a good story?
I don't know, I haven't read it yet. It's called His Neighbor's Wife. Bernhard made one for the same people. Adolf Zucker's famous Players Film Company.
They work very slowly, I believe.
Yes, it's going to take 2 whole weeks, and the money isn't very good. Look, we must go, or we'll be late. It's just a local thing in aid of the church, but I did promise I'd go. Louis, we're going. Come along, darling.
I'm very glad that you were able to be with us this year, Lady de Bath.
Well, it's very kind of you to ask me. I'm off to America next week, so it's fitted in nicely. I say, what magnificent blooms. Did you grow them yourself?
Yes, Miss.
Oh, they're very fine, aren't they? I've recently become interested in horticulture myself.
Clarice, do you know who that is?
No.
That's Lillie Lantry, the old king's mistress.
What? Her that lives up at Regal Lodge?
That's the one. Used to be a great beauty, they say.
Oh, yes. Well, she's lost it now, hasn't she?
I think, if you're ready, Lady de Bath.
Lady de Bath, I'm delighted you could come. Such an honor. And looking so young.
Nonsense, Colonel. I don't look in the least young, as you and I well know.
Quite the sort of audience she's used to. Did she make a speech?
Shouldn't think so. I expect the vicar will, though.
Seems odd to be standing here in the peace of the countryside with Europe on the brink of war.
Yes.
Lily was saying she didn't think it'd happen.
Oh, it'll happen all right, and soon. With any luck, we'll get her off to America before the storm breaks.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I say a few words to you, I should like to introduce the beautiful and famous lady who has consented to open our little fete today. It gives me great pleasure to welcome the most celebrated of our number here in Kentford, the great and much-loved actress Lillie Langtry, better known here among her friends as Lady de Bath.
That was an excellent dinner, my dear. Thank you.
It's good to see you. Well, I wish Ian could have been here. But his work with the Red Cross takes up so much of his time these days.
When is he going to France?
Oh, any day now.
I see you got your blackout curtains up.
Yes, isn't it a dreadful nuisance? But I'm so frightened of these terrible Zeppelins. Of course, it's all a marvellous game to the children.
I had a letter from their grandmother yesterday, from America.
Oh, yes.
She asked about them. She's coming home shortly.
Has her tour been a success?
Oh, yes. And she made a film which seems to have caused quite a sensation. Jane, my dear, will you come and sit down? She wants to see you.
No.
I realize it wouldn't be easy. But don't you think now, with the world at war, the time has come to forgive and forget?
Oh, it's no use. Ian wouldn't like it.
Don't you want to see your mother again?
Oh, I don't know. She's very distant to me, and her whole way of life is so very different from mine.
You were once so close.
Yes. Forgive me, Clem. I'd rather not talk about her.
I'm sorry.
So silly getting upset like that.
It's my fault. I shouldn't have mentioned it.
No, it's been on my mind lately. It's awful to dislike someone as much as I dislike her.
You really dislike her?
Are you surprised?
No, I suppose not.
Strange, isn't it? My father, whom I've hardly met, I feel a real affection for. My mother, I cannot abide.
Papers say the Prince of Battenberg's on the point of resigning.
Oh, it's all this anti-German feeling. Oh, no wonder we're losing so many ships when the first Sea Lord's one of the Kaiser's spies.
Is that what they're saying?
Oh, yes. Can you imagine anything more ridiculous? He's more English than the English.
It's ridiculous that you've never really met.
Oh, it's too late now. It would be embarrassing.
I fought it, Louis. From the moment the Prime Minister told me it might be necessary, I fought it.
I'm very grateful to Your Majesty.
Please. And I still do not see why it had to happen.
The feeling against anybody of German origin is very strong.
My grandfather was German. Did they forget that, or shall I be the next?
That is unthinkable, sir.
After all you have done for this country, and now for my government to treat you like this, it's shameful, shameful.
We have lost too many ships these last months. Mr. Churchill needs a scapegoat.
No, it's not Churchill. He wanted you to stay. It's Beresford and his cronies, rascals. They encouraged all this nonsense about spies. I often think of the days when you used to stay with my father and mother at Marlborough House. You were something of a hero to me, but I expect you realize that.
No, sir.
And then when you went off on active service with Inconstant, I remember envying you. You have served my family and this country with courage and distinction. Oh, this is a wretched business. There is nothing I can do to make up for the very great wrong you have suffered. I want you to know, however, that it is my intention to make you a Privy Councillor. At least they'll all know the King has confidence in you.
I thought you were jolly good.
Thank you, but you needn't be kind. I was awful.
No. The photography was rather indistinct on occasions, but you were splendid.
And you looked most beautiful.
No, I look stiff and unnatural. Well, I shan't make another.
That would be a great pity.
I know, Teddy, you're about to tell me that the future lies with moving pictures, and you may be right, but they're not for me. I'm too old.
A bit of a silly story, though, don't you think?
Yes, well, let's not talk about it anymore. I think we can go in to dinner. I've so much to tell you about America. Did I tell you that Teddy's got me the lane for Mrs. Thompson? I've decided to donate my salary to the Red Cross. My son-in-law works for them, you know. He's off to France soon, like Louis here. Oh, dear, I don't know what I'm going to do with all the men in my life off at the front.
Hugo, a word with you, if I may. I'm not staying for dinner. I have to get back to Sudbury. I won't keep you long.
Yes, of course, my dear fellow. What is it?
Delicate matter. I'm told you're seeing rather a lot of a certain young actress. Any truth in it?
She is not an actress, but well, I have taken the lady out once or twice, yes.
None of my business. Just don't want any scandal, you understand?
Lily knows all about it.
Oh, yes, I'm sure. But it'd be a shame if the newspapers got hold of it.
What's it got to do with them?
Exactly. So be as discreet as you can, there's a good fellow.
No, look here. I mean, if a man can't take a pretty girl out to dinner without some damned snooping journalist...
Of course, I only wanted to suggest...
Well, where's the harm in it?
No harm at all. Well, if you'll forgive me, I must be getting back. Give my apologies to the others, will you? Did enjoy your little film show. Goodbye, Hugo. Knew you'd be reasonable.
Ah, thank you, Roger. Come in, my dear. Won't you take off your coat? It was good of you to come. Please, sit down. I expect you heard of my resignation.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
I asked you to come and see me because I shall soon be leaving London. There may not be another opportunity, and I've thought for a long time that we should meet, talk.
Yes.
You are very dear to me, you know. And there's something else I must say. It concerns your mother. I believe you don't see her very often.
I never see her.
I am sorry. Your mother is a fine and brave woman. Did she speak to you about me when you were a little girl?
No.
I see.
She told me nothing. I did not discover that you were my father until I was nearly 20.
I loved your mother. And I believe, I know, she loved me. I wanted to marry her. We planned to get married.
Mr. Langtry wouldn't give her a divorce.
I think that could have been arranged, but my uncle, the late king, was against it, and I was not in a position to oppose his wishes.
No.
It may be that I should have put up more of a fight. I think now I took the easier road. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Can you forgive us, Jeanne?
Please.
I'm not thinking of myself so much. But it distresses me to learn that you no longer see your mother. I know it must hurt her very deeply.
Is that why you asked me here to see you?
I'm sorry?
Did my mother ask you to intercede for her?
No, of course not. Whatever made you...
It doesn't matter.
My dear, I'm going away soon, and I shall probably never see you again. My reasons for asking you here were, I promise you, my own. I was prevented from being a father to you, and there is nothing I can do about that now. It is too late. I simply wanted you to know that I think of you as my daughter. I love you as my daughter, and
Stop.
I hope...
Please stop, I can't bear it.
They say the Atlantic is an exceedingly dangerous place to be at the moment.
Do they?
You're not frightened of these dreadful U-boats?
No, I don't think so. This is my second trip to America since the war began.
Ah, then I dare say you're used to it. I shall stay near you to give myself confidence.
My dear Mr. Morm, I take the view that when your time has come, there's not very much you can do about it, but stay with me by all means if you think it'll help.
Thank you. You know the United States pretty well, I take it.
Oh, yes, I toured there in the 80s and 90s. Had a house on West 23rd Street. A present from Frederick Gebhardt.
Frederick Gebhardt?
Don't tell me you've never heard of Freddie Gebhardt. He was the most celebrated man in 2 hemispheres.
Really? Why?
Because I loved him.
I see. Are you staying in New York this time?
For a little while, we rehearsed there before going out on tour. Oh, I love New York.
Oh, do you? I find it's rather noisy.
Yes, it is, and vulgar in some ways, but such fun.
Fun?
There's the most delicious little dance hall off 3rd Avenue with the most divine band. Do you mind if we keep moving? It's rather chilly.
Are you fond of dancing?
Oh, I love it. I go every night if I can. The boys move so beautifully. And you only have to pay them 50 cents a dance.
Do you want to dance?
Thank you. I'll have 2 dances, please. If you're free.
Whatever you say, lady.
What's your name?
Angel.
I shall call you Angelo. You're Italian, I think.
My mother.
You're new here, aren't you?
I used to work in another hall.
I thought I hadn't seen you here before. You're very handsome. You know that, Angelo? You remind me of an admirer I had once. A prince. What do you think of that?
I'm Prince.
You don't believe me.
I believe you.
I suppose conversation isn't part of the deal.
Sorry, lady.
Nothing. It doesn't matter. Thank you. Oh, Angela, I think the next dance is mine. You live here in New York?
Yeah.
I love it. I've been here before, of course.
It's my dance next.
I'm sorry.
Oh, but I have the next dance. I asked you in the intermission, remember?
Excuse me, but this gentleman is with me.
No, you see, I fixed I should have this
We have an arrangement.
I was first.
I don't think so.
Oh, yes, I was. You asked him. I was first, but...
I don't know, he's
Come along, Angela.
Oh, no. This is my dance.
Get out of our way.
He promised me.
I've already paid him.
Well, you can collect later.
I intend to dance with this young man. Would you please go away?
No.
I shall call the management.
Call who you like. I'm not moving till I get my dance.
Get out!
She pushed me. Did you see that? Did you see that? She pushed me. You're a very wicked woman.
How dare you get hold of me like
You're
this?
shoving
How
it
do you
before.
think you are?
I'll have the management on you.
I tell you, I've been here many times. I won't forget all my bag. You force me to get out of here. I shall certainly go to his management. I never said anyone had it. Oh, my dear boy, what a terrible journey I've had. The ship was infested with rats.
Rats?
I fed them on peaches to stop them eating our clothes.
But that's disgraceful. Have you been in touch with the company?
Oh, no, it wasn't an English line. That would have been far too dangerous with all those dreadful submarines about. It was a Spanish ship. We were a week late leaving New York, and the food was uneatable, I can't tell you. Still, it's good to be home with my dear one there to greet me. How did you manage to get leave?
Oh, it wasn't difficult. I had 2 weeks due to me, and my regiment is here at the moment.
And you're all right? One hears such awful things about conditions in France.
It's not very comfortable.
Well, look after yourself, won't you? I couldn't bear anything to happen to my precious one. Oh, this dreadful war, when will it end? Oh, did you see Shuggy? He was in France, too.
I haven't seen him.
No, I suppose there are so many of you. Now, come and sit by me and tell me how much you've missed me. Oh, you're thinner in the face. I hope they're feeding you properly. Well, Teddy, what did they say?
I think we've got the Colosseum.
Oh, good.
You're going to play in London?
Yes, we're doing a variety bill for the Red Cross. Ellen Terry has agreed to appear, and that clever girl, what's her name?
Cicely Courtnage.
But isn't it a bit risky with the bombing?
It's the least we can do to support our brave boys at the front. Now, Teddy, we will need at least 2 weeks to rehearse. That'll take us to the end of the month. I think we can open mid-November.
When people tell you that the army's not complete, it goes to show that they don't know. I say the army's simply perfect, can't be beat. I know it's true, because I do. Sometimes things weren't all they used to be.
Miss Courtnage certainly works hard. Yes, an energetic performer.
You're on next, Miss Terry.
Yes, thank you, Frank.
It's all right now. I don't need to worry anymore. I saw the army wasn't strong. Everything was wrong.
They're going to panic. We must do something.
The theatre hasn't been hit.
No. I'll speak to them. Ladies and gentlemen, please. There is no cause for alarm. The theatre has not been hit, and you are all perfectly safe. Remain seated, please, and we will continue with the show. Thank you. Thank you. Now, we are here to support our fighting men in France, and we don't intend to let 1 or 2 stray German bombs stop us, eh, Miss Courtnage? Now let's hear the chorus of that splendid song again, and then Miss Ellen Terry and Miss Edith Evans will appear in a scene from The Merry Wives of Windsor. Mr. Dove.
It's all right now. There's no need to worry anymore.
Lily, my dear, you are wonderful. Nonsense, there's no danger. If the place is hit, we're the ones who'll get it. The roof above the stage is made of glass.
Hooray! You saved us and pitched a winter night. I joined the army yesterday, so the army of today's all right.
No use, Teddy. I've had enough.
My dear Lily, he's written the play especially for you.
I know, and I'm honoured, but I don't want to do it. Besides, it'll play much better with a younger actress in the part.
Nonsense.
I keep telling you that I've retired.
But now the war's nearly over.
And I'm quite happy growing vegetables. I don't want to go back to the theatre, and thank heavens I've no longer any need to work.
Well, it's a great shame.
Besides, I'm thinking of selling this place and going to live in France.
France?
I'm beginning to find the English winters too cold for me. A sure sign of old age.
Where will you go?
South of France, Monte Carlo, perhaps. Many of my friends are there.
What about the horses?
Well, I'll sell them along with this place. I've already spoken to Dalbani about it.
I see. And Hugo, would he come to France with you?
I don't know. I shall have to ask him. What on earth's that noise?
Someone's getting excited by the sound of it.
Well, I wish they wouldn't. They'll frighten the horses. Robert, what is that noise?
It's Jenkins, my lady, the blacksmith from the village. He says the war is over. He's running around telling everyone.
Is it true, do you think?
And he says the colonel received the news over the telephone from London, my lady.
Oh, Teddy, the war's over. Oh, well, thank you, Robert. And give Jenkins something to drink, will you? And thank him for coming to tell us.
Yes, my lady.
Oh, it's over. I can hardly believe it.
I must get back to London.
London? Oh, yes, I'll come with you.
Oh, please, don't...
Oh, no, please, I want to join in the celebrations. Oh, my dear, what time is it?
2:30.
Oh, good, good. If we hurry, we can catch the afternoon train. You don't mind waiting while my maid packs a few things, do you? Oh, Teddy, isn't it wonderful? The war's over and we're all still here. Oh, my dear, I'm so happy. Would you like to play another rubber?
Oh, no, my dear. I think the Count and I must be going.
Very well. Shuggy, will you ask Matilda to bring the Baroness's car round to the front, please?
Thank you, Lily. Shall we meet again at the same time next week?
Oh, I think so, don't you?
Yes. And it's my turn, isn't it? So you must come to me.
Oh, lovely. And don't forget you promised to show me your new ornamental garden.
Well, I hardly know that I dare now that you're such a famous gardener.
Nonsense, Clara. I'm quite ashamed of my little plot when I compare it to yours.
First prize from the Horticultural Society for the best kept garden in the Riviera. You'll have to open to the public. It's expected.
It's too small, thank heavens.
The car's waiting.
Good. Goodbye, my dear.
Goodbye.
Count.
Signora.
Shuggy, will you please? Oh, dear. I'm glad they've gone.
So you are sad today?
No, just tired. Well, a little sad, perhaps. I'm feeling lonely.
But my beautiful lady cannot be lonely. I am here.
Yes, and you're very good to me, Matilda. But so many of my friends have gone.
The Prince of Battenberg. He was very handsome, n'est-ce pas?
Yes. Yes, you see, I'm quite surrounded, and they're all dead now. Bertie, Freddie, Louis, and now Alex. Shall we put them all away, shall we? Get rid of all these dead people today? What do you say, Matilda?
But, my dearest Lily, they are your friends, and so beautiful. You will miss them. Tomorrow you will ask me to put them all back again.
No, I don't.
Just like last time. Lily?
Oh, very well, then. Leave them where they are. Are they gone?
That woman's a frightful bitch, you know.
Shuggy.
You kept telling me what a pity it was there wasn't room for me to live here with you.
Perhaps she felt sorry for you.
You'll come into the casino tonight?
No, I don't think so. I'm rather tired. You?
Well, might pop in for an hour or two. May I have a word with you, Lily?
Of course, what is it?
Alone?
Very well. Matilda, we shan't be long. And we'll go for a little walk before supper.
Bon.
Well?
Well, it's nothing, really. Well, nothing serious. The fact is, I'm in a spot of trouble.
Yes.
It's this young lady. She's English. Met her a month or so ago in Menton. She says I promised to marry her.
Marry her?
Well, I didn't, Lily. I never mentioned marriage.
But she says you did.
Yes. And now she's threatening to sue me for breach of promise.
I see. You've told her you're married.
I have now.
Oh, but you didn't tell her at once.
Yes. Well, of course, I intended to, but...
But the occasion never presented itself.
Something like that.
Oh, Shuggy, what are we going to do with you?
Sorry, old girl.
Well, I'll speak to the solicitor. You can issue a statement. Perhaps that'll help.
Oh, would you? I'd be jolly grateful.
And Shuggy. Dear Shuggy, I don't want to spoil your fun, but next time, if there is a next time...
No. It won't happen again, I promise you that.
Good.
Well, I'll be getting along. Shall I see you tomorrow?
No, I'll telephone you at the weekend.
Very well. Goodbye, I'll go. And thank you.
Goodbye, Shuggy. Dead. All dead.
I'm sorry, my dear. We shall have to abandon the tables for this evening. I am way over my limit. What about a spot of dinner at the ambassador's, eh? Good evening.
Good evening, Shuggy. Are you coming away?
Yes. My dear, I don't believe you know my wife, Lady de Bath, Captain Dalbani, Miss Dolly Harrison.
Daisy.
Sorry, Daisy.
How do you do? How do you do?
Well, we're just off to have dinner.
Ah, well, goodbye, Miss Harrison.
Les jeux sont faits. Rien ne va plus. Oui, moi, vraiment.
I say, I didn't care for your tone just now.
I beg your pardon.
Your behavior was insulting to Miss Harrison.
Don't be silly, Sugar.
Damned insolence. I don't know who he thinks he is with his patronizing airs, but I've had just about enough of it.
Now look here, Sir Hugo.
Oh, just because he's with you, the young puppy thinks he can behave how he chooses.
Stop it.
Well, I intend to teach him a lesson. I have never liked you, sir. Consider you a little creep, always have.
Don't answer him, Louis. We're going home.
Now, take your hands off me, sir.
Rather a common little creep at that.
How could you, Sugar? Come, Louis.
How you managed to worm your way into my wife's affections, I shall never understand. Perhaps you have other talents more suitable to the bedroom than the salon.
Louis!
Sorry. Apologize for disturbing you. The fellow's a rotter, you see. Please.
Faites bouger, mesdames, messieurs. Faites bouger, mesdames, messieurs. Les jeux sont faits.
I am glad that you've returned to London, Lady de Bath, even if it is only a short visit.
It's delightful to be here, sir.
You pretty women hide yourselves away too much. We should like to see more of you.
You're very kind.
I expect the climate in the south of France is more suitable, George.
It is, ma'am.
That's better. Now we can talk more privately. Lily, there's something I've always wanted to say to you. Don't quite know how to put it. You know, I think, how much I loved my father.
Yes, sir.
I like to think that you were fond of him, too.
I was, sir.
Yes. You made him very happy, you know.
Please.
No, I've wanted to say this to you for years. He had, I believe it's quite widely known these days, several women friends. Of them all, I think you were perhaps the one who brought him the most happiness. I am deeply grateful to you for that.
Oh, thank you, sir.
There's something else, and I know that May feels about this as I do. You have been discreet. In their relationships with my family, there are some who have not shown the restraint and judgment that are necessary. You have. We are in your debt. No. Don't say anything. I wanted to thank you. I have done so. Now we can talk about other things. I was sorry to hear of your brother Clement's death. A fine man.
We were very close, sir.
You had many brothers, I believe.
6. They've all gone now. Clement was the last.
You must not be sad. Life goes on. You have your daughter and her husband and your grandchildren.
Yes.
I have 3 grandchildren myself. I see as much of them as I can. They are a great joy to me.
Well, I hope everything's ready. Oh, Victor, dear, run upstairs and see if Mary's getting dressed, will you?
She is, I told you. Nana's with her.
I do think it's awful of you to go to your club here, and I need you here.
Much better if I'm not here, my dear. My presence would only embarrass her. If all goes well, I can meet her later.
What on earth will we talk about? I can't think of anything to say after all these years.
Oh, you'll find something?
There's always the weather. But don't worry, Mother. It'll all be perfectly easy, you'll see. She's a nice old girl. Rather jolly. Ask her about her garden in Monaco. She's very proud of it, wins prizes.
Well, I'm not sure that this was a good idea, you know, Victor. It's all your fault. You shouldn't have insisted on staying with her.
Nonsense. It's the only sensible thing. I mean, the idea of not being on speaking terms with your own mother is just plain silly.
It's not quite as simple as that, Victor.
Oh, I know she behaved badly. Caused something of a scandal, but that was years ago. She's an old woman now.
Oh, she wouldn't like to hear you say so.
And she must have acquired a bit of respectability. She had tea yesterday with the king and queen.
Well, I'm off. Don't worry, my dear. I'm sure it'll all go smoothly. Just don't ask her to visit us in Poltalloch. Here in London is one thing, but not in Scotland.
No, dear, of course not. Oh, my goodness, that must be her. Quickly, Ian. You'll have to go out the back way.
Keep calm, Mama. I'll bring her up. Here we are. I asked Grandmama to let me take her coat, but she was impatient to see you.
Jeanne.
Hello, Mother. Won't you take your coat off and sit down?
Thank you, Victor. I did enjoy having Victor to stay. It was very kind of you.
He loved it. I'm so sorry Ian couldn't be here. He asked me to apologize.
Never mind. I would like to have congratulated him on his knighthood, but another time, perhaps.
Yes.
I'll go and find Mary. She's been looking forward to seeing you, Gran.
Are you staying at the Carlton?
Yes. Yes, it's very comfortable.
I hope the cold weather isn't too much for you after the south of France.
Oh, no, no. It gets quite chilly there at this time of the year.
Victor tells me you have a beautiful garden.
Well, it's not very large, but I enjoy it. It keeps me busy.
How is Hugo? He couldn't come with you this time.
No. No, he prefers to stay in Monaco. He's very well. Jeanne, my dear. I know this is difficult for you. It's not easy for me. But can't we try and forget the last few years? I've missed you so much, my darling. I don't suppose a day has gone by when I haven't thought about you and...
Mother, could we talk about it another time?
Here we are, Grandmama. This is Mary.
Hello, Mary.
How do you do? Victor says you're very rich and famous. Is that true?
Oh, my dear, what a question. Am I rich and famous? I don't know.
Of course you are, Grandmama.
Can I come stay with you, like Victor did?
Yes, yes, of course you can. Now, come and give your grandmother a kiss and sit here. Well, it's very nearly Christmas, isn't it? What would you like for Christmas?
A bicycle.
Oh, a bicycle. Well, we'll have to see what we can do about that.
Can I have one? Can I really? Oh, thank you, thank you. I tried to ride his old one, but it's too big for me. A Rudge Whitworth. Can I have a Rudge Whitworth?
My dear doctor, I'm perfectly all right. It's just a slight chill like the one I had before I went to London. If I stay in for a day or so,
Well, you
I
must certainly do that.
I will see that she does, Doctor.
But I don't want to go to bed. I don't intend to give in, and that's giving in.
Well, as long as you keep warm.
Oh, I shall. Mathilde will see to that, I promise.
Very well. I'll say goodbye now. You know where I can be found, Mrs. Pete, if you want me.
Oui, Doctor.
Goodbye, Lady de Bath. And remember what I said? There's a lot of la grippe about at the moment. We don't want to take any risks, do we?
Goodbye, Doctor. Stupid. Stupid to be surrounded by the past like this. I'll get rid of them. Just keep the family pictures. Put the rest away. Oh,
Fela, what are you
dear.
doing?
Is it broken?
No, 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 tout va bien. You have been moving them around again,
No,
huh?
I just wanted to put them away somewhere.
Oh, Sherry, why do we not leave them as they are for today, huh? Tomorrow, we can put them away.
Oh, no,
when you are feeling better. Assieds-toi. The doctor said you must rest.
Oh, the man's a fool. Treats me like an invalid. I'm perfectly all right. It's still snowing.
No, it has stopped. But it is still very cold.
Came all this way to get away from the English weather. Well,
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
who's come to visit the old and the sick today?
You cannot stay long, sir. Go. Lady de Bath is not well. The doctor has said that
Go
she
away,
must
Mrs.
rest.
Pete.
Shuggy.
Good evening, my dear. I thought I'd just come over, see how you were.
Well, what can I do for you?
Oh, nothing, nothing. Well, actually, there was something.
Would you leave us alone, please, Mathilde? Well? Is it money?
Oh, no, no. The settlement you made last year was most generous. I'm well able to manage.
Another girl?
I'm afraid so. I know I promised it wouldn't happen again, but I never imagined for one moment that she'd take it like this.
Breach of promise?
Yes, and she seems such a nice creature.
I'll issue another statement.
Ah, thank you, my dear.
No, Shuggy, no, please, you can't stay. I'm rather tired. It's probably this ridiculous weather, but if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, no, of course not. I don't want to tire you. Is there anything I can do?
No, nothing. Matilda looks after me almost too well.
Ah.
Goodbye, my dear. When I'm feeling better, you must take me to the casino. Well, that's unless you've given up gambling while I was away.
I'm afraid not. Well, goodbye, Lily. And thank you, my dear.
Goodbye. Matilda. Matilda. Is he coming back?
Who coming back?
Freddie. Freddie Gebhardt. He was here a minute ago.
Was he? Then I suppose he will come back.
See that picture over there, Matilda?
Yes.
She gave it to me. She always knew about Bertie and I. She was so kind to me. Of course, she's dead now.
She was much loved.
Have you told Jeanne?
Would you like me to, Lily?
Doesn't matter. I don't suppose she would come. I've left her the china and the silver. You'll see to that.
Bien sûr, but chérie, there is no need to speak of that now.
Why should we not? I'm dying, Matilda, I know it.
No.
Yes, my dear.
No.
Don't grieve, I want you to have the house. And enough money so that you won't have to work. I've left Mary the diamond and pearl brooch. She loves her bicycle. She wrote to me last week.
I think she loves you very much.
Do you think so?
Yes.
Do you really think so? Oh, I hope it's true.
Mathilde. Oui, ma chère. I'm here. I'm with you. I will not leave you, I promise.
If I hadn't married Edward Langtry, I wonder. He was a good man, but so weak.
No. I will get the doctor.
Stay with me. Don't leave me alone.
Jamais de la vie.
Hold me, Matilda. Hold me. I want to be buried in Jersey. St. Saviour's with my parents. Don't let them grieve. There's too much sorrow around. Is it morning yet?
Yes. It has stopped snowing.
The sun is shining.
The sun. On the beach at